Science Chapter 4 with Habitats. This is Animals and Their Hiding Places. This is a book by National Geographic, and I want to thank Mrs. Pell for letting us borrow this book for story time. Okay, so I'll start. Sometimes something has startled this deer. It bounds across a stream into tall grass where it is almost out of sight. Then the deer keeps very still and sniffs the air. Hiding helps animals in many ways. And animals have different needs and different places to hide. When the cold wind blows, the red fox finds shelter behind some grass. For the mountain lion, hiding is a way to catch food and to eat. This large cat uses its sharp eyes as it waits behind a log. If a deer or other animal passes by, the cat will leap out. While they are growing, young animals need a lot of protection. A leopard carries her cubs from a tree to a safer hideaway, like a mother house cat. She holds it gently by the neck and doesn't hurt it. These young cheetahs sitting in the shade of a tree may be hard to find. The long, fluffy hair on their necks looks like the grass around them. When they are older, they will lose their hair. Will lose this hair, guys. Whew. By then, they will be able to take care of themselves. Those little babes. Is this bushy-tailed squirrel going to bury itself under the leaves? No, it's gathering nuts it hid there. Squirrels look for places to store food in the ground and in the trees. This chipmunk has found nuts in a tree hole. It carries them to its home in its cheek pouches, which puff out and out. Two chipmunks meet in the tunnel leading into their burrow or underground home. For many animals, homes are the best places to store food and to keep out of danger. Peekaboo! A marmot pokes its head out of its den in some big rocks. If it senses danger, the marmot will slip back out of sight. Another marmot is digging a burrow in the ground. It carries away a rock. The marmot will make more than one opening leading into its home. If an enemy comes close, the marmot can dash to the nearest hole. He's cute. Muskrats build their home in wetlands called a marsh. They made the home or lodge from reeds in the marsh. Under the plants, a muskrat stays safe and snug. Like beavers, muskrats build the door to their home underwater. Raccoons and other animals have a hard time finding it. There's a little muskrat in there. There's its home. And that's how they build it. See a little tunnel? That's cool. Animals find safe places to live in trees, too. A baby bluebird, 8 days old, peeks out of a tree hole. Inside, the chick stays warm and dry. Fuzzy twigs from the nest stick to the chick's feathers. Young bluebirds depend on their parents to bring them food. One opens its mouth for a beetle. Until they are old enough to fly away from danger, bluebirds need the protection of their homes. Golden lion tamarins hide among the leaves in a rainforest in South America. These monkeys, a little larger than squirrels, sleep in tree holes at night. The holes are often too small for other animals to get into. At dawn, the tamarins crawl from their hiding places to look for fruit and other food. can see these guys at the Oglebay Zoo. There's a whole family of them. Some animals have ways to protect the soft parts of their bodies. A hermit crab pulls back inside the shell it lives in. This crab doesn't have a hard shell of its own. It lives in shells left by other animals. As it grows, it looks for a larger, empty shell. Armadillos have tough scales that protect them. A turtle tucks itself tightly inside its hard shell. A little hermit crab. There's an armadillo. And a turtle. The sea urchin has long, sharp spines that keep other creatures from coming near. So why does the urchin cover itself with rocks and seashells? Maybe this is a disguise. A decorator crab also seems to hide itself. Without its disguise, the crab looks like a spider. It crawls across the rocky ocean bottom and picks up an animal called a sponge. The sponge looks like a hat on the crab. So there's a decorator and a sea urchin. And then here is the sea sponge. A few of my 2A kids were asking about sea sponges the other day. That's what they look like. A parrotfish hides between some rocks in a coral reef. Before it rests, it blows a clear, jelly-like bubble around itself. If a hungry fish sees the parrotfish, it may not be able to reach it through the bubble. A little fish called a blenny peeks from the empty shell of another sea creature. Here's the parrotfish, and here's the bubble around it. And there's the little blenny. Blue dots brighten a ray as it rests on the bottom of the ocean. Waving its wide fins, the ray stirs up the sand and almost sinks out of sight. Soon, only its eyes show. The ray waits for other sea creatures to catch and eat. So see, he flutters the bottom, and then only his eyes are out. Pretty cool. Like a jack-in-the-box, a jawfish pops out of its burrow in the sand. If a bigger fish swims near, the jawfish quickly pops back in. Cute. Where is the bittern? When this bird, see this guy? Almost can't see him, he's camouflaged. Holds its head up and stretches. Its striped body looks like the reeds growing in a marsh. It sure does. Because a tiny crab spider matches the color of the flower it sits on, insects it eats may not notice it. Can you see that guy in there? That little yellow crab. A crab? It's a crab spider. Cool. Because a large lion almost disappears in the tall, sandy-colored grass of an African plain. Colors and patterns and staying out of sight help some animals keep out of danger. Hiding is perhaps the only way this fawn can protect itself until it's grown. It is not yet strong enough to run very far. Think about places you duck into when you play a game of hide and seek. Would animals be safely hidden there too? Okay. I thought that was a fun book to wrap up chapter 4 in science, talking about habitats.